Hi, this is Bedrest Coach Darline Turner, owner and founder of Mamas on Bedrest and Beyond, and it is Video Wednesday for today, May the 14th, 2014. Today I am talking to you about maternity versus medical, and this is in regards to insurance policies. I got an email or a message from one of my mamas who was saying, now that I'm on bed rest, I'm applying for or submitting, I guess you would say, a claim for her long-term care insurance for her hospitalization insurance she has with a leading company. And I'm not going to say it because I don't know about the legalities. But she was wondering if they are going to cover it because it's related to her maternity leave. And because she had not gotten some sort of maternity policy prior to becoming pregnant, she knows that that is not going to be in effect, but she's wondering if they will actually pay because she's now on bed rest. And this is an excellent question because this actually happened to me. So I have some fairly good experience with this, and it happened to me with the same company that she has. So I was really excited to be able to share at least what I know and what happened with me with her. So this is the deal. In many places, Texas being one of them, maternity care is not routinely put on insurance policies, which completely boggles my mind, but I will leave my politics out of this. With many insurance policies, they require that you purchase an additional rider for maternity care. And it can range from a couple $100s a year to much more, just depending. And they require that you have this maternity rider on your insurance policy for anywhere from 6 to 12 months before you become pregnant. So apparently, the mama who had written me did not have this happen. She had applied and then she got pregnant, and boom, so it doesn't pertain to her. However, if you have any type of long-term care, hospitalization, ICU, NICU type of extended care or supplemental policies, and you go on bed rest and you are admitted to the hospital, these types of services are actually covered. And you're thinking, now, how can that be? Because this is related to pregnancy. Well, let me tell you. When you get a maternity rider, it is very specific. It covers prenatal care, your office visits, your ultrasounds, blood work pertaining to the pregnancy. When you become high risk and go on bed rest, for example, or have a complication, they kind of consider you moving out of maternity into medical. And it's a really crazy deal of semantics, but it actually works in your favor. Because in the example of the mama that I'm talking about, I think if she's the one I'm thinking of, say, for example, we'll just take it for the sake of argument, that she is being hospitalized because she has preeclampsia or her blood pressure is going up dangerously and they need to monitor it and they're checking her urine for protein and everything else. This has become a medical condition. It is, in fact, related to the pregnancy. It's happening as a result of her being pregnant, but the actual medical fact is that she's experiencing increased blood pressure and potential kidney failure as a result. And those are separate, if you will. And it's not, it's crazy, but it's a medical condition. And since they could not cover someone else who had the same condition, they then also have to cover a pregnant woman. I mean, granted, I am right there with you. This is a crazy thing of semantics. I mean, she's pregnant, she has this issue, you should cover it under the pregnancy policy, blah, 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 blah. Why insurance companies want to make this so convoluted and so confusing, I have no idea. But this is how they're choosing to look at things. Now, if you have just a regular pregnancy, you go for your prenatal visits, you have your ultrasounds, you have your non-stress tests, glucose tolerance tests, what have you. But as soon as you develop an issue, you then are able to submit to these supplemental insurance companies as that particular incident. So what I told my mama is that she should submit a policy or a claim for hypertension. Don't even say gestational hypertension because that can get a little dicey, but hypertension uncontrolled. And if she has protein in her urine, proteinuria. And that's all she really needs to say, because those are medical conditions which are covered under the policy. Now you're probably sitting there saying, oh, that's just so shady. That's so tacky. But well, what you gonna do? Because under the type of supplemental policy that she has, which I also had, they will pay a daily payout of a certain amount of money for however long she's on bed rest, which, I think when I was doing it, was like $500 a day. That was pretty cool. And if she then has to deliver early, if they can't get her preeclampsia under control and she delivers early and her baby has to go into the NICU, as long as she puts her baby on the policy within 30 days, which, everybody does that, then all of the baby's care, including NICU care, which for my daughter was over $1,000 a day for 10 days, they paid like $300 or $500 a day for her. So as you can see, in a country like the US, where we do not get maternity leave pay, where we do not get a lot of, for her, she was not getting coverage for her pregnancy. Now that she has an issue, I don't want to say it's working in her favor, but it's working in her favor. So the bottom line is, it's crazy, it's semantics, it's ridiculous, it should just not even be an issue. But mamas, we got to play the game. And the game is now submit as the medical condition. Take the pregnancy aspect out of it. You have a medical condition for which you have to have medical treatment, because if she wasn't having this medical condition, she wouldn't be in the hospital. Now, some would argue, well, she wasn't pregnant, she wouldn't have it. This is true, but the fact remains, she's got a medical condition that has now placed her in the hospital. And under the tenets of our insurance codes of our country and of the supplemental insurances, they need to cover it. So yeah, it's crazy. It's semantics. It's like they should cover it in the first place. It shouldn't be an issue. She should have the maternity rider. We should have covered health care benefits. We can go on and on and on. But the bottom line is, when you have a pregnancy that becomes high risk and requires more intensive medical care, i.e., you have to be hospitalized for it, the insurance premiums and way you code and the way that you submit changes. And if you have a supplemental policy like this mama does, you can often get coverage and benefits based on the medical condition itself, not because your pregnancy, which a lot of times they don't cover. So I really wanted to bring this up because I thought it is crazy. It's absolutely insane. But, and this is our system. We pay for illness. We don't pay for health. It's scary, but it's what it is. And at this point in time, if you have this type of thing, all I can say to you is go for it. Plain and simple, go for it. This is the way our crazy system works. Roll with it. So you mamas, if you develop gestational diabetes, sometimes that's dicey because it's got gestational in it, but if it's diabetes for which you are hospitalized, many times that is covered while your prenatal care would otherwise not be. Gestational or pregnancy-induced hypertension, if you just put hypertension uncontrolled, it'll be covered. You put pregnancy-induced hypertension, it may not be. Yes, it is crazy. Yes, it makes no sense. Yes, it's all a matter of semantics. But again, our system pays for sickness. It is not a healthcare system. And if you want to actually receive benefits from these policies that you've been paying month after month after month, this is how you have to do it. So yes, some insurance company somewhere may view this video and go, get rid of her. But what can I tell you? This is how it works. I used to deal with this when I was a physician assistant, and I have to say, as a provider, we change things around all the time. People don't want to talk about it, but to get my patient the benefits, absolutely. If it was the matter of me putting in pregnancy and not putting in pregnancy on that claim form and them getting paid, I put it the way that they got paid. In this case, for mamas, this is now a medical condition. This is a potentially life-threatening condition, and this is what insurance companies are paying for, then yes, I feel like you need to write it out in the way that you get paid. So that's it. I'm going with it. I'm standing with it. People will be mad at me, and I may get some nasty letters on this, and that's just fine. But I'm on the side of mamas, and at this point, if that is what they're going to reimburse you for, then that is what I say you go ahead and pay for. So go ahead on your little claim form and put hypertension uncontrolled. That is what you've been hospitalized for. You have protein in your urine, proteinuria, uncontrolled, because that leads to kidney failure, kidney damage, and they are going to cover that. Put it in there, see what you get. If they say no, then okay, but you do have something then to come back and fight with them on. But I say go for what you can, and it's legal. It's crazy. It's legal. Like I said, we have a crazy system. Roll with it. So what can I say? Darline Turner, Bedrest Coach, owner and founder of Mamas on Bedrest and Beyond. And yes, I am always on the side of mamas. So that's it. File your claims as a medical claim, mama. Go for it and get your benefits because you've been paying for them. It should be paid anyway, and I say go for it. I hope you get it. That's it for us today, May the 14th, 2014. Medical versus maternity. Go for it, mamas. Get what you can. Do your best. Be well. Be safe. Take care of yourselves and your babies. Bye-bye.